Hello everyone, Catweasel here. Welcome to the channel and welcome back to our playthrough of Arkham Horror 2nd edition, Dust to Dust. Yes, we're up against Quatchel Ateus, the Treader in the Dust. And our brave investigators are in a bit of a pickle. 6 gates are open, 7 open, and it's all over. So we're going to have to close a gate this turn. Either that or we need a monster surge. Otherwise, the game is over. So we're just about to start episode 5. And we'll get over to the upkeep phase in a minute. But before then, we'll have the return of an old favourite, especially for Stosha. And here it is. Yes, Catweasel's cock-up corner. Let's go through a couple of the errors that I did make last turn. First of all, I forgot to put an explode token onto Tommy. He's got it now. And you'll also see that next to Tommy, we have got the Warlock, who hasn't been there for a turn or so. The reason he's there is I took him off when we got the Silver Twilight Lodge. They got rid of all the monsters in French Hill. And I took the Warlock off, but he's actually a spawn monster in this particular scenario, so I shouldn't have removed him. He should have been there. It's okay, because when Tommy came out of the other world, you do not have to fight a monster as soon as you come out of the other world. You've got one round where you're okay. You don't have to fight any monsters if you don't want to. You can if you want, but you don't have to. So he wouldn't have fought him anyway. So he's there now. We're going to have to deal with him now because that turn's grace has gone. But last turn, he may as well have not been there. Oh, it's a good job because he wasn't. But he's back now. So although I made a bit of a mistake there, no harm done. The game is still okay. Additionally to that, just a quick thing about coming out of a gate and not shutting it. You don't have to shut it. You don't have to attempt to shut it. And you can have an encounter, even if you don't shut it. Now, it doesn't actually say in the rules that you can't have an encounter. It doesn't say that you have to, but it doesn't say you can't either. Now, there is a variant that says you can, but actually, if you read the rules, it doesn't actually say anywhere that you can't. It's just assumed that you can't, because when you arrive at a location and stop there and there's a gate there, you do get dragged through. So, and that happens in the Arkham encounter phase. So normally you don't have an encounter because you get dragged through. So it's not explicitly stated that if you happen to be in that location and you're not dragged through, for example, when you've got an explode token, that you do not have an encounter. It was sort of assumed that you don't have an encounter. But Richard Launius, he mentioned that you can have an encounter if you want one. So I always have an encounter. The reason for that is encounters aren't that good, generally. You can get good encounters, obviously, and, you know, get items or things like that. But it's Arkham Horror. The vast majority of cases, you get a pretty crappy encounter. And that's part of the fun, having the encounter. So when I can have an encounter, I generally do. So that's why that happened. Just to clarify that. And is there anything else? Oh, yes. The other thing I cocked up on, it was just because I very quickly didn't check. But the devouring gate here that we got, the lurker at the threshold gate for relay, -3. You don't get devoured if you fail to close it. You get devoured if it opens on top of you. So if somebody had been in the woods when that gate came into existence, then they would have been devoured. But as it is, nobody was there when the gate arrived, so nobody's going to get devoured by the gate. They might fail to close it or whatever, but it won't devour them. They had to be there when the actual gate opened. Nobody was there, so we're okay. And I think that is it for all the cock-ups. So I've gone through them. Hope you enjoyed that trip down memory lane, Stosha. And what we'll do is we'll get on with episode 5, and that means the upkeep phase. And here we are with Tommy. Yes, he's our first player. So first of all, we've got to get the good old dust deck, which is here. Give it a quick shuffle. But what we'll do is we'll just lay them out. And 1, 2, 3, 4. And what we'll do is we'll just roll a d6 till we get a 1, a 2, or a 3, or a 4. And see how we go on. We get a 2. Dun, dun, dun. So that's this one. Let's see what we get. A weight that I had been unaware of lifted from my shoulders that morning, and my steps were carefree and light. I was an ignorant fool to think that it was more than just merely a stay of execution. Shuffle this card and any cards discarded from the first dust deck. So again, we stay with 4. Nothing gets discarded. Pick that twice in a row. That'll do. Awesome. Great stuff. Okay, so we've got away with that again with the dust deck. Brilliant. Okay, are we going to move any of his sliders? Yes, we are, because he's got to fight the Warlock. So he's on 5 fight. That means that he is going to fail his sanity check, but you only lose 1 sanity, so we'll go down to 2 sanity. He is still in a major pickle. Why? Because he's only going to be able to rustle up, what's that, 5, 10, skull crackers, 11 combat. He's going to lose 3 of that, so he's only going to have 8 dice to get 4 successes. Remember last time, the only way he got 4 successes was by spending clues. He doesn't have any clues. If he fails, he loses 3 stamina. That's all he has. So he will end up in St. Mary's Hospital. He will also end up with an injury condition. So we'll just have to see how it goes on. Hopefully he'll roll well. He'll get away with it. We'll get that Warlock off the board. And then he'll have to stay at the Witch House another turn. And he will have an encounter. As mentioned during Catweasel's Cock-Up Corner. If he doesn't kill the Warlock and he ends up in St. Mary's Hospital with the injury, then that is going to throw other plans of ours into a bit of a pickle. But I'll go into that at greater length during Agnes's upkeep phase. But that's it for Tommy. Next up, it is Zoe. And here we are with Zoe. We're not going to change anything with her. We're just going to leave everything as it is. And she's going to be moving to the second part of the Dreamlands. She does have 6 clues, so we've got a spare clue just in case things get hairy. But other than that, she's doing pretty well. So that's it for her. Next up will be Agnes. And here we are with Agnes. We're not going to change any of her sliders. She's got 7 clues, which is great. The thing that isn't great is we were hoping to send her into the Witch House, because when we made the plan, we were going to go into there quite easily because there was no guardian of that gate, but we had to put the Warlock back. So now we're in a bit of, yes, we're in another pickle. There's a lot of pickles in this board. And so what that means is if Tommy does manage to kill the Warlock, that is still the plan. If he doesn't manage to kill the Warlock, we've got 2 choices. One, we could go to Uptown and pick up that clue that's in the Uptown streets because she's got 4 movement. The Woods Gate is unguarded, so she'd be picking up that clue and she'll be getting as close as she can to the Woods Gate, hoping to enter that next turn. However, we do have a Shoggoth in the Southside streets. Shoggoths are pretty tough, and if it moves, well, it could move right on top of dear old Agnes. Also, we have Amigo in the sky. If that moves, that would fly down to Uptown as well at an attacker. So even though the clue is nice, what we may well do is we may use 3 of her movement and go to the Miskatonic University Library instead. Then we would be able to move on to the woods. So I think we will probably do that. I'll have a think about it. When it actually comes down to the crunch during the movement phase, I'll consult my gut and see how lucky I'm feeling. But I'm leaning towards the library. The other good thing about the library, don't really go there that often, but it is quite a good place to get spells and to get elder signs or unique items. Like any location, it has its good encounters and its bad encounters. But because it's a stable location, generally the encounters are a little bit better than the norm. So we should hopefully get a chance to either pick up a spell there or pick up a unique item. We shall see. We might get a crap location encounter. That's just the risk you run in Arkham Horror 2nd edition. But hopefully we will get a chance of getting a good item. So I am leaning towards the library, and then the turn after we'll go into the woods. It is a -3 gate at the woods, so somebody who can get her up to 7 law, like Agnes, she's just the sort of person to shut that type of gate. Hopefully we won't get a monster there in between times, because she's not that tough. But if we do get a monster, we'll just have to hope that it's a nice benign one that she'll be able to deal with. Right, so that's it for Agnes. Next up, it will be Norman. And here we are with Norman. We're not going to change anything here. The important thing is he's got his law up to 5, because he's going to be using that to try and shut the gate. We have to shut the gate. We have to shut the gate. We can't really use any of these either. Well, we'll have to. If we don't shut the gate, we're going to have to use these for re-rolls and then close the gate, but we won't be able to seal it, which is unfortunate. I don't like doing it. I didn't do it at the witch house because it just tends to open again. Yeah, and then you just lose a doom token. So I'll leave it to the very, very, very end to do something like that. But we are now at the very, very end with 6 gates open. So we'd have to spend these in order to make sure that we shut the gate. Hopefully we'll roll well. Won't have to spend a clue token, except when we spend all 5 to actually seal the bloody thing. So hopefully we will get it sealed. The other thing to remember with Norman is he has his In the Stars ability. So when he shuts the gate, he can use any dimensional symbol but the moon. You can't use the moon to get rid of monsters on the board. Normally, I think it's an unknown Kadath, isn't it, which is a slash gate. They've got no slash monsters on the board, so normally we wouldn't get rid of any monsters. But he can choose any dimensional symbol. He will probably choose a plus. The reason he's going to use a plus is that will get rid of the star spawn that is guarding the unnameable gate. Yes? And that will be excellent news for us, because we've got once again got an unguarded gate. Now he could choose a circle. That would get rid of the Migo in the sky, but it would not get rid of the 2 Warlocks and Wizard Whately. That was my original plan. You know, I was talking about like, ooh, I've got a funky plan. Last turn, it didn't come off. If I'd done that, it wouldn't have worked, because they are spawn monsters. Now, it doesn't specifically say in the rules that Norman and his ability cannot get rid of spawn monsters. Doesn't even say it in the frequently asked questions. If you read it, there is something about you can't use, like, you know, cards like the Silver Twilight card where the lodge members got rid of it. And, you know, like Feds Raid Arkham, all those sort of cards, clean up on the downtown streets, clean up on the uptown streets, all that sort of palaver. You can't use them. That is explicitly stated in the frequently asked questions. But Norman, and I've looked, his in the stars ability isn't mentioned. However, if he did pick circles, he would get rid of both Warlocks and the Wizard Whately. And I don't think that is in the spirit of this dust-to-dust scenario. It's just a bit easy. Because Norman is a required actual... he's a required character for this scenario. And just having him, you know, being able to get rid of those three monsters really, really easily doesn't seem right to me. I'm sure that wasn't Gil's intention, Wolfpack 48. So we will not pick... Well, we could still pick circles. And as I say, we'd get rid of the Mygo, but we wouldn't get rid of the two Warlocks and Wizard Whately. So we'll probably pick a plus sign, get rid of the Star Spawn. Yeah. It means Wizard Whately is just hovering over a vortex. He may well go inside because of getting the Warlock back at the Witch House. That's blocking Tommy's way up to Dunwich. And Tommy's really the only one who can take him on. Zoe could, but Zoe's in another world, so there's no chance of her getting there. So, unfortunately, if the Wizard Whately moves, doesn't matter if he moves on black or white, from the village commons, you go straight into a vortex. So, we'll just have to deal with that. We'll lose a Doom token. We'll put a token on the Dunwich Horror track, and Wizard Whately goes back to Wizard Hill. But if it happens, it happens. It's just the way of it. Suppose I could use Law Monster. It is any phase. Let's have a quick look again. I could use Law Monster. Oh no, I've got to do it in the upkeep phase. And unfortunately, yes, you guessed it, Norm is still in Unknown Kadath, so he can't use it. So it'd have to be the upkeep phase next turn. So we'll just have to hope that the Wizard Whately doesn't move. Okay, so that is it for Norman. That is it for the upkeep phase. Next up is the movement phase. And here we are with Tommy. Yeah, he's going to take on this Warlock. So, first of all, he's going to, do the horror check, except he isn't, because it's -1. He's only got a will of 1, so he is going to lose 1 sanity straight off. We need 4 successes, so it is 4 toughness for this guy, and it's -3. So we're going to get 11, because we're going to use Skullcrackers, as well as Becky and his 5 fight. -3, we're going to get 8 dice. And we're going to lose a stamina each time that we fail the combat check, which is bad news. Whoop. So we really want to pass this. The other reason we want to pass is each time we fail a combat check, we're going to have to pick out... we're going to have to pick out the dust deck, which is bad as well. So 8 dice, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and we need 4 successes. Come on, Tommy. Come on, lad. You can do it, mate. Oh, he's done it! Yes! A 6 and 3 5s. He's done it! Tommy! Get in! So he's managed to kill this guy. He goes off the board again. That is absolutely fabulous news. And Tommy has pulled it out of the bag. What an absolute star he is. Yes! Absolutely brilliant. So Tommy has really pulled that one out of the bag, which is great news. Great news for Agnes as well. Fantastic. Tommy is the man. What a fabulous... What a guy! Okay. Yes. Okay. Right, that's it for Tommy. Next up is Zoe. And here we are with Zoe. She just moves across to the second part of the Dreamlands. That is it for her. Next up, it's Agnes. And here we are with Agnes. So she is heading towards this gate. So she's going to go 1, 2, 3. And she's going to say hello to Tommy, which is great. Just going to check whether they're going to do any trading, seeing as they're next to each other. So always worthwhile doing. So let's have a quick look. Don't think there is too much for them to actually do. No, I think they're fine. So we're going to leave it. And yep. That's good. We'll leave her here. We'll move her during the... Oh no, we may as well move her now. We'll move her now. You're not meant to. Supposed to move her during the Arkham encounter phase. But we'll move her now, because she won't have an encounter, because she doesn't have an explore token. She goes straight through, yeah? So, and we'll do that, and now you can go to Rely or the Abyss. Like Tommy, she's going to go to the Abyss because I think it's slightly better than Relay. So she goes to the Abyss. And Tommy watches her walk through the gate. Great stuff. Okay, that's it for her. And next up, it is Norman. And here we are with Norman. Dead easy for him. He's going to come out of Unknown Kadath and he's going to go to Independence Square. So we'll pop him over there. Okay, so that is it for the movement phase. Next up, it is the Arkham encounter phase. And here we are at the Arkham encounter phase with Tommy. Now, he hasn't been, because he had to fight the Warlock, he couldn't move, so he's still in the witch house. Doesn't matter, the gate's open. We are allowed to have an encounter. That is what we're going to do. So we're going to have a French Hill encounter. And a cut. So let's see what's going on at the Sunny Witch House. Pass a luck -1 check. We had this one before, didn't we? Oh no, it's draw a unique item. We got a normal item, didn't we? Oh, we need to pass this. Luck -1 check. Ooh, and his luck's pretty good. His luck's 4, which is great news. So that is going to give him 3 dice. 3 dice. Let's take 3 of these successes from when he kicked the Warlock's ass. And come on, we need a success. And we get a 6. Brilliant. So we can pick a unique item. Can we? Yep, draw 1 unique item. So he's found a common item in the Witch House and a unique item. He's done very well in the Witch House. Good lad. So need a unique item. Here we are. We'll just cut the deck as we do normally. And let's see what he gets. Walking ley lines, which is a mission, which is... I'm not into missions. So we need to go to the woods, Independence Square, the Witch House and the Unvisited Isle and sacrifice a gate trophy. That's sacrificing 4 gate trophies. It's a joke. So there's no way we'd do that. We've got much better uses for gate trophies. So, but, you know, it's an item. If we do have to sacrifice an item, then sacrifice this. Oh, what a pity. We could have done... Well, we could have done with an elder sign there, obviously. But he's found walking the ley lines. Bah. Rubbish. What are old pants? Anyway, good work. At least nothing bad happened. Okay, that is it for Tommy. Next up, it is not Zoe, because she's in another world. And it's not Agnes either, because Agnes is now in the Abyss. She'd moved from here now into the Abyss. So we'll see her in the other world. And that means Norman. And here we are with Norman. He's in Independence Square. He gets... Sorry, I forgot again. But he gets an explore token. He should have got that in the movement phase. Now, what he's got to do is try and shut and seal this gate. He's got a law of 5. That's what he's going to use to try and shut the gate. It's a -1 gate. So he's going to get 4 dice. So 1, 2, 3, 4. We're going to pick up that 6 that we just got with Agnes. And we need a success. Come on, Norman. You can do it, mate. Yes, a 6. Yes, we have done it. We have shut this gate. So he gets a gate trophy. And we get a state of execution. And this gate trophy, just put it on his player tray. And we can get rid of the explode token now, seeing as the gate has gone. We get a blue seal of funkiness. That goes on there. So at least we've sealed 1 gate. Woo, woo, woo. Brilliant. Okay. So he's done that. Now, as per his ability, he could choose any symbol but the moon symbol. He is going to pick the plus symbol here, and we're going to get rid of the star spawn, which means the unnameable is now unguarded. So we're going to attack that. So we now have 3. We've got 3 monsters till we hit our limit now, so that's good as well. The star spawn goes back in the bag, which is brilliant. And that is it for Norman, I think. Well done, son. So we've managed to seal our first gate, and if nothing else, if we get beat, at least we've managed to seal a single gate, so that's not too bad. Okay, that is it for the Arkham encounter phase. Next up, it's Zoe in the Otherworld encounter phase. And here we are with Zoe. Just to confirm, when he sealed that gate, Norman, he did pay his 5 clues. Just struck me that I didn't say that he paid his 5 clues. He has. He's now got no clues left. Back to Zoe. She's in the Dreamlands. So we need the Humongous deck, which is here. We'll give it a cut as normal. And any colour, so whatever the first one is going to be us. Oh, and we've actually got a Dreamlands one. Just put it there. And then I can put the massive deck down and get on with reading it. Pass a law +0 check. Oh, good one. Law +0. Her law is 4. And 4 dice, that'll do. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 dice. Come on, Zoe. You can do it. You can do it, kid. And she gets a 6. Brilliant. She's passed. So now I can have fun trying to pick this up with no nails. And let's see what happened. To fight off your desire for sleep. If you fail, you freeze in the night. You are lost in time and space. If you succeed, return to Arkham. Yes! Fantastic. She's back to Arkham. So that means she's in Arkham for her upkeep phase next turn, which is just fantastic. That is just brilliant. Could have done with it last turn, but this turn will do. And obviously she's returning to Arkham. And which gate did she go through? She went through the Unvisited Isle gate, so we'll pop her over there. She's now at the Unvisited Isle. That's great news. And she's ready to try and shut that gate next turn. Okay, that is it for the Otherworld encounter phase. Next up, oh yes, it's the laugh and chuckle phase. No, it isn't. I forgot about Agnes. Yes, she's got to have an Otherworld encounter, so I've got to get everything back out of everywhere again. Here we go. So there we go. We'll cut it near the bottom this time. And she wants a red or a blue. Oh, and we've got a red, and it's an abyss gate as well. It's an abyss encounter as well. Put these back in here. Oh, a bit unwieldy that. Ever since I've put sleeves on these. I put sleeves on them. I don't normally put sleeves on, especially these are good cards as well, but because it's gone out of print, I put sleeves on them. And all my card dispensers that are made out of foam core, obviously I didn't make them wide enough for the sleeves, which is why they're a pain in the ass. But let's get on with the abyss check. Pass a look -2 check. Oh, what's a look like? What is her look like? Agnes, what is your look like? 3. Oh, that's not too bad. So she has got 3 luck, so she's going to get at least 1 dice, and she's got 1, 2, 3, and she's got 7 clues, so we can use a couple of clues here. And right, so 1 die. Come on, 5 or a 6. 1 die special. A 3. We're going to spend a clue. But we're only going to spend 1 because I want to keep a clue for, you know, shutting the gate. Come on, 5 or a 6. We need it, and it's missed. Come on. 5, yes. Get in. So it only costs us a clue to pass that. And put that in the supply. Don't put it back on a don't put it back on a player tray, because that'd be cheating. Okay. Or the shadowy creatures capture you and torture you for days. Withdraw an injury in a madness card. But we haven't done that. If you pass, you escape with the idol's jeweled eyes. Gain $5. Woo! That'll do. We'll take $5. Thank you very much. And there we are. So perhaps she could go digging for stuff. We do need a good common item weapon to take on these magically immune creatures. Oh, so that was... We had to spend a clue, but that was a clue well spent. Didn't fancy getting a madness and an injury card. That'd have been bad. Okay, right. So that is it for Agnes. Now it is time for the laugh and the chuckle phase. And here we are at the laugh and chuckle phase. Finally, our favourite bit. Not. Okay, we need a mythos card, so let's have a quick look. Let's see what we're going to get. And we get... Oh, Gate of the Witch House. Except we don't, because we've already got one there. So that means we get a Monster Surge. But we've got something for the Monster Surge, I think. So brilliant, yes. We can stop that. I think, is it a pendant or something that Agnes has got? Elder Sign pendant. Here it is. So any phase, discard to prevent a monster surge. Instead, 1 monster, or 2 if there are 5 or more players, so 4 players, so we're alright, appears at the gate indicated on the Mythos card. It is going to go to the Witch House, though, which is going to be a bit of a pain for Tommy. But we'll discard this. And that means you only get 1 monster, but we don't have to bother with a gate or a doom token. So those can go back here. And we still got to do the rift though, because that goes off monster movement. And we still do this single monster out of here. So let's have a good root in. Let's get right up on him. You in the corner. Gotcha. And we've got a zombie. That'll do. Ha 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 ha. Yes, a zombie. Easy, easy. That means we need one of these. But even though the zombie is pretty easy, it still means that Tommy's got to kill it. So Tommy's going to have to kill it, which means he can't get out of the witch house again on his movement phase. So he's just going to be stuck there. It's like Tommy in the witch house, isn't it? He just can't get out of there. We don't have to roll for the Warlock, though, because a gate didn't open and a rift didn't open. Well, no, a rift can't open, because the most we've got on any rift is 2. But we'll do that now. Oh, we've got monster movement. So, and a clue at the Black Cave. We'll put the clue out on the Black Cave. So there we go, clues on the Black Cave. So we've got a clue there, and yes, monster movement. So at least circles aren't moving. So that's good, because the Wizard Whately won't be going in a vortex this turn. We've got a moon on white and a plus on black. We've got a moon for the zombie, but it's not going to move because Tommy's there. We've also got a moon for the mummy. That just moves as a black bordered monster for this turn. And the reason for that, it is a stalker monster, but there's nobody in Rivertown. If there was somebody in Rivertown, then it would start moving towards them. But there's nobody in the Rivertown neighbourhood, so it just moves as a black bordered monster, so it moves into the Rivertown streets. Don't think we've got anything else. The Mygo doesn't move, the Shoggoth doesn't move. As mentioned, the zombie won't move because Tommy's there. And yeah, the remaining Warlock and Wizard Whately do not move. So that's good. But a white moon and a black plus it's here. So we're going to get a rift marker on there. Let's get one out of the bag. And we have got, Congregational Hospital. That's going to go on there. We do need to get somebody down there. And the person that had the motorbike, Tommy, he was the guy who was supposed to be doing all this. But he can't get out of the witch house because he has to fight monsters virtually every turn. So, that's him again. He's fine with that gate there. He does have an explode token. While he's got the explode token, he doesn't get pulled back through the gate. It would help, however, if we stop getting monsters. Because he can't go up and deal with the Wizard Whately. He can't get down to Kingsport to deal with these rifts. We could well get a rift opening if we can't get somebody down there. I can't afford to send anybody else because we've got to close and seal gates. Oh, it's just, the game is just keeping Tommy in that witch house. And we've got to get him out somehow. I suppose, there's +1 for sneaking past the zombie. I suppose he could sneak past the zombie. What's his sneak? He sneaks 0. He gets +1. But it's just easier to kill the zombie, isn't it? Kill the zombie and just hope we don't get a monster surge next turn. And he can get out of there and get up to the train station. And we either try and kill the Wizard Whately or we try to get down to Kingsport. Probably try and kill the Wizard Whately, to be honest. Oh, bummer. Right. Anyway, so we've done monster movement. We've done the rift. We've done the clue that's at the Black Cave. And what else have we got? We've got another headline. We haven't had a single environment or rumour. Not that I'm missing rumours, but we normally get an environment card. That's how odd. 4th of July parade. Investigators cannot move into or out of the Merchant District streets until the end of next turn. Leave this card in play until then to indicate this. Well, that is bad news for Zoe. I mean, she's closing that gate anyway. But, oh yeah, she won't be moving from the Unvisited Isle anyway because she's got to close the gate. So, yeah, no problem. No problem. By the time she's closed the gate and she's looking to move, this should be out. This should have been discarded. We'll put it on the Merchant District street, so on a little stand. So we know the Merchant District is closed. There we go. Doesn't that look pretty? And it's got a bit of glare on it, but never mind. We know the Merchant District is closed. And that is it, I think. So we can put this deck back. Not a bad turn. Not a bad turn at all. I didn't think we were going to kill that Warlock, but he pulled it out of the bag, Tommy. We've sealed the gate. And yes, we've got Agnes has managed to get into the abyss. Hopefully she'll be able to close that witch house gate. We got Zoe coming out a little bit early from the Dreamlands. Not too early, but a little bit early. And she should be able to close the Dreamlands this coming turn. She's got enough clues, so we'll be able to seal it. So that'll be great. And yes, just the only fly in the ointment is Tommy being trapped at the witch house all the time. So that's a bit of a nightmare. However, once we do, assuming we do close and seal both the Abyss and the Dreamlands, we do have an additional problem. We'll have 3 gates sealed, you know, brilliant, except we've got no clues now. Once these are sealed, we're really struggling for clues. There's one at the Black Cave, there's one at the Uptown Streets, there's 2 at the Historical Society, and there's a shed load of them in Dunwich. But they are all, the Wizard Waitley's just in the way of all of them, because you've got to go through the village commons from Bishopsbrook Bridge. So we may have to use Law Monster next turn, which is Norman. So if we can lure Wizard Waitley to the Independence Square and somehow give him the slip, that would help greatly. And then the Wizard Waitley is just going to be, whenever he moves, then he's just going to end up moving around Arkham, which is a lot better than him moving around Dunwich and going into a vortex. So I think we will definitely have to cast that next turn for Norman. We'll have to see if we can build his sneak up, and perhaps he'll be able to sneak away and just leave the Wizard Waitley in Independence Square, and that'll do us. So that's a plan for Wizard Waitley, and then we need to get somebody up to Dunwich. Probably not Tommy, because he's continuing his love affair with the witch house, and pick up clues. But I think if we can get, Norman, a lot hangs on Norman. If we could get Norman up there, he does have a spell, doesn't he? Yes, Vision Quest, which allows him to pick up the clues in a whole neighbourhood. So he could hoover up the 5 that are currently in Dunwich pretty quickly. And he's got Press Pass, which gives him additional clue. So he'd have to go to Blasted Heath to pick up 2. He'd have to go to Backwoods Country to pick up 3. You get an extra 1 for each if you use Press Pass. So he could end up with 7 clues. So that's a way of getting clues. Need to get somebody to the Historical Society if we can get rid of that Shoggoth that's in Southside and just getting in everybody's way. And bloody Kingsport, we need somebody down here for these rifts. And I want to do some... I mean, this happened in There's Something in the Mist. I didn't really get into Kingsport. It's one of the complaints, actually, about the Kingsport expansion, that you don't actually play in Kingsport a lot. But to be fair, I have been trying to get somebody down there, but he's over there. So which is a bit disappointing, because I wanted to do a few encounters down here to get rid of those rift markers. But I think we've still got plenty of time left in this game. Well, hopefully have. We've got to seal 6 gates to win, is what I mean. So to win, it's going to take us a bit of time. We need to collect quite a few clues in order to seal that many gates. We haven't got much money, although somebody just got 5. Was it Agnes or Zoe? Somebody's just got $5 anyway. Agnes, I think. And so we might send somebody to the curiosity shop and try and pick up an elder sign. But we're not flush with money. We haven't got Jenny Barnes with us or anybody with a lot of money. We haven't been able to get up to the Bank of Arkham to get a bank loan. So, yeah. So it will take us, if we're going to win, it'll take us time. So perhaps that'll give us time to get down to Kingsport and actually do some encounters down there. But another good turn. That's not a bad turn at all. And we've done really well. Especially Tommy. Tommy's done brilliantly. So, excellent. Right, so that is it for episode 5 of Arkham Horror 2nd edition and the Dust to Dust scenario. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you for all the likes and dislikes. Thank you for all the subscriptions. Also, thank you for all the help and support. You're all marvellous. Anybody who's been across to Board Game Links to upvote the site over there, thank you. And same at BGG. Anybody who's upvoted the videos over there, made a comment, dropped Geek Gold, thank you so much. Follow us on Twitter, Facebook and Instagram. Thank you too. You're all amazing. Right, I think that is it. And yes, yep, that is it. I hope to see you for episode 6. But until then, this is me, Cat Weasel, saying toodaloo.